Hello everybody, my name is DeathCharge22182. Welcome back to Death Charge Gaming, guys. We are going to be playing some more Warframe. We're going to be doing the 1999 Battle Pass, as well as playing as our old chemist character, Lavos. Uh, we recently... Ooh, we can get Topaz. We like... shards are used to upgrade, your character. You have to have a specific segment. Uh, you have to have a specific segment for a thing that I can't really say because I don't want to spoil it for new people. But it can upgrade your character. It's powerful. It's also Eleanor's birthday. No, I want to say hi because it's the birthday. No, I want to say hi. You're just not gonna let me do it, are you? There we go. And now it's Arthur's birthday. Alright, we need to kill a couple of tech rot with melee weapons. We can do that. And also, we're gonna be in private. Make it easier. How many did it say? It said 200. We can do that, we got this. Wait, what's their weakness? Magnet and gas. Okay. It's okay. Oof.
You want a clean rut? You're gonna get those pretty hands dirty. First,
If I can ever get a chemist character like this again, like a Lavos Prime, I will totally...
Next, I need you to keep them
Oh, I
clean
didn't change my
and
regular
as
gun to match the color. Oh well. So gas is, I think, heat or it's toxic and heat, I think? Yeah. Toxic and heat make gas. And then magnet is cold and electricity. What's really cool about Lavos though is since his abilities don't use energy, they're on a cooldown. But so each of these do their own thing. By default, they have their own type of damage, but you can also combine things. So for example, this one I can use these serpent-like things on my back to drain enemies' health, and it deals toxic damage. However, if I hold it, all of my abilities will deal toxic damage. Like, for example, if I do this, hold it, and this little thing on the right that has that's green now, that means if I do any of my abilities that are not my first one, like if I do this, and throw that out there, it does toxic. Also, stop that. If I do, and that goes for all of my abilities. So, like for example, if I do this square ability, which is cold, and then I use my ultimate ability, which is triangle, it freezes them as well as put fire damage on them. And the reason why it does that is because square is cold, and the triangle ability is fire. So each one of these has their own element, but you can also put the element onto other things. And then there's a unique feature where you can actually combine them. So like if I like before, like I said, if I did
This code
cold
injection is like activated
and
charcoal
then
to the
I
tech
did
bot.
circle, which is
Makes the geekiest
electricity,
hell scrubbers right back up.
see how on the side it combines into magnet,
Now you get to do things the hard way.
binds
Ore
into
contamination is getting out of hand.
like
Start holding
magnetism,
your breath.
and then it drains their shield pretty much. But each ability has its own special thing. Like for example, cold, I dash forward, leaving an icy trail. This one I use like the serpents to heal myself. This transmutation probe allows any health energy into universal orbs that give both health and energy, and ammo pickups into universal ammo, where universal ammo can be for any gun, including your heavy gun. And then this catalyst, I shoot out probes that uh, cover combatants in a fiery gel, and damage is doubled for each element afflicting an enemy. So so what's really cool is I have a mod on that's vitality, and it doubles the heat damage. So no matter what, if I do this, this is going to deal double damage, even if it's like combined with another element. So like I could do like radiation, combine it. I also forgot that I'm supposed to be meleeing these guys. I probably should have chosen a melee character for this, to be honest. But Lavos, as you can see, I don't have like an energy thing at the bottom of my screen. I just run on cooldown. He goes on cooldown rather than run out of energy. So as long as you know how to play him, you're pretty much golden.
Baby's gurgling. New health scrubber bubbling up.
As much as I do like this character, I may have to play as someone else
Activated scrubber. Set off some
to do the
sporix and get the
melees.
hell out of there.
But if I really, really wanted to, I could do fire, and then you don't have to combine elements. You could just put
Ore contamination is getting out of hand.
fire
Start holding
on
your
an
breath.
element, and then just send out your ability. You know, like that, and then it lights all of them on fire. Like you don't have to combine them. So for example, if I did the this fire one, if I hold it to imbue my next ability with fire, and then I use this cold one, it does fire and cold separately instead of like combining them. Because if I combine them together and I hold it, it makes blast, and that's not what we want. We want something different. So if we just hold it,
You hit this mission Maximum threshold.
to
She didn't come
do
down here
the,
to
if
do
we
the
just hold it
minimum, did
once
you?
instead of holding both of them, and tap the square for the cold, all of this stuff on the ground will do fire and ice. Like that. So they'll be frozen and they'll burn to death, which is really, really good.
Man, they don't make PPE strong enough to handle what you're breathing in. Extract! Now!
I am, however, going to switch over to a different character just for this, um, whoa, I don't think it's supposed to be here. Okay, cool. That was scary. I don't like that. I'll switch over to another character just because it'll make things easier. This isn't really a melee character.
There's no saving it
This is
now.
more of like a
Get out while
support
you can.
character. If we want a really good melee character, I'll show you guys a melee character. I have a melee character that's really good, and his name's Kalerbo. You can get him by when you first start off the game. For the very first time, you have the option to go to Deveri, and that's where you get him from. There was a couple of streams I did or videos where I was kind of hanging out in Deveri for a little bit. We can either do that or we can do Rhino. Either way, I'm changing this. Uh, yeah, we can either do Kalerbo or Rhino. Kalerbo is a melee character, pretty much. And I'll show you guys his abilities. So his passive boasts a 75% heavy attack efficiency and a 100% heavy attack wind-up speed on all melee weapons. His first ability, when you tap it, you charge a heavy attack that teleports to your target and strikes with a rage-filled focus, temporarily increasing his melee critical chance. Kalervo's daggers will surround himself. Each dagger that strikes an enemy that restores his health, but each dagger that misses an enemy strikes Kalervo, dealing a bit of damage. When Kalervo has max health, he receives Overguard from struck enemies. Kalervo sends out a curse that binds enemies. When a cursed enemy takes damage from him, every other cursed enemy also suffers a portion of that damage. And in this one, the Void answers Kalervo's invocation with storms of daggers that rain down upon his enemies. The damage actually increases, it keeps up his buff, like his Overguard. Or not his Overguard, it keeps up his melee counter, because his entire thing is kind of based on a melee counter, and you'll see in a moment what I'm talking about. So we are going to, I want to make sure, do I only have one build on him? I do. Okay. On critical hit, 60% chance for melee weapons. Yeah, okay. He does come with his, or he doesn't come with his own shotgun, but you can get his shotgun in Deveri as well. And this shotgun is, it has a unique feature to it. So the shotgun, which I should probably, oh, that's okay. This is built for electric, and this is built for heat and magnet. I mean, we may not need this. but his unique trait, every pellet that hits increases the wielder's melee combo counter. Melee combo duration increased by 7 seconds when wielded by Kalerbo. So, yeah, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys what this means. Go check it out. Be pretty easy. Pretty easy, I believe. Look how pretty it is, this area. You wouldn't think this is Warframe.
We're gonna get those pretty hands dirty. First, I run Amir's fancy little campsite project to force the hill scrubbers to the surface.
Let's go over to the
Keep them clean and for as long as you
scrubber
can.
thing down here. That little white icon. Okay. So, my melee counter is at 0. But when I kill an enemy, my melee counter will go up at the bottom right. Also, I want to smack this. There we go. So every time the counter goes up, it does an increased damage multiplier. So now it's at 2, and that means I'll get 2 times damage. If you keep it going, you get 3 times. And it goes up to 12, right? And see how this little blade at the bottom of that counter is going down? And that goes down to 0, I lose my buff. So if I shoot someone with a shotgun though, it makes my buff go up. So as long as I have ammo, my buff will go up and up and up. And just because I want you guys to see the damage I can do with Kalerbo, like the melee that I have currently equipped, I'm gonna turn on damage numbers.
Talk to the appliances.
I'll turn on damage numbers for now, so you guys can see if I chain this and I do this guy.
Shoot that buildup off now.
That was like a good 300-ish thousand. God, I hate that these scrubbers have that blue stuff on. It's so annoying. Look at that, 9 mil, a 9 mil crit.
Spore contamination is getting out of hand. Start holding your breath.
Yeah, but each pellet that hits, I'm pretty sure increases my combo counter. And now that I have this too, these clone companions with the bond mod, so good. There's a 10 mil one. And what's really cool is his first ability that makes you teleport to an enemy. His first ability, when you melee an enemy, it will always be a red critical hit. Always. So if I can get this up to 12 and then I hit it, 75 million. Hold up. Hold up. Oh my god. I am so glad that I am recording right now. That is the highest I have ever gotten, I think, with that. There's 12. I can't believe that. I may not sound too excited, but I can't believe I just hit 75. That's amazing. 87 million.
Close, no?
Holy crap. We do it again. 86 million. That red crit number. Oh my god. Okay. But if I just like casually smack things, I'm obviously not going to be that powerful, right? Oh, I missed.
Activate a scrubber, set off some Spore X, or get the hell out of there!
That was 11 mil. Okay, but you can see how this melee build with the that I have going on with Colorbo could be really good. And you don't even need his shotgun. Watch. You don't even need his shotgun. You could just literally melee things and you'll be fine.
But it's not just hell scrubbers coming out of the yacht. There's some stuff in there.
Let's get it up to let's try to get up that 12 counter again.
Extraction. You can pull the ripcord whenever you need to. I won't judge. Spore contamination is getting out of hand. Start holding your breath.
I'm gonna use our gun. We're just gonna try to get up with get up this counter right here and then hit it. That was a 5 mil. Yeah, so this build's pretty good. And you know what the craziest thing is? We're not even I need to quickly do this. So what's really crazy is we have an arcane that allows us to get increased ability strength after a kill. So if we get 250 kills and then we use the ability, I'm pretty sure we could reach 100 mil. And I think that's what we should try for this in this video. Just try to hit 100 mil. Let's do this to get our combo up.
Strong enough to handle what you're breathing in. Extract now. Ain't that like a shot of adrenaline?
It's a good old 12 mil. I'll show you guys my build for him as well. My build for him and his weapons. That's crazy.
Deal with that scrubber buildup. Stat!
This gun is really good for if you can't reach an enemy in time. It's really good so you don't have to like run and panic. You can just shoot an enemy, and as long as a pellet hits something, you increase your combo counter. It's very, very useful. That was a 42. We're gonna have to go down here.
Great, you lost a scrubber, but that's the least of your problems.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the scrubber. I'm worried about stopping these from becoming other scrubbers or other things. Tech rot. There he is.
Contamination is total. There's no saving it now. Get out while you can.
I also don't use this because it's not a best shotgun. The shotgun is only to like keep up your combo counter pretty much. But I learned that if you, with this build that I have, this little melee icon that pops up in the middle of my screen when I'm stabbing someone, if that pops up, I can use his first ability to get a free red crit hit, pretty much. So like I do that, free hit, and it won't use any energy. I've learned that, so it's like a really unique mechanic. You need a card to activate that melee symbol. This one. You can either click your joystick to heavy attack, or whatever button you use, or you can use his first ability to get a free red critical hit. Alright, we have 250. Let's see if we can get a, oh god. No, no, no. Don't let that.
This might just make it all worth it.
Don't let it be bad. Stop it. Stop it. There we go.
Bringing it a little close, no?
Alright. Try and get this stuff off of this thing. This blue stuff. Alright. Let's try our best to see if we can breach the mills and get a bunch. That's 11. That's 12. Okay, it's not big numbers. That was like around 5 mil.
Spore contamination
Ah.
is getting out of hand. Start holding your breath.
Trying to get when that free critical hit comes in. Like that, but I can't hit that one. Dang it. Dang it. Sometimes I get stuck in the animation. $98 million at the bottom. We're so close to breaching it, guys. Ah. I'll put this here so it keeps my thing going.
I'm calling it. Nothing more you can do. Just get out.
Oh my god, just get rid of the stuff on this. Jesus Christ. You kidding me? I'm gonna die because you want to be a stupid person. Like that was 9 mil. Ah crap, we messed up. Man, this thing's coming alive. It's not what we wanted at all.
Get a little close, no?
Oh, that one's all the way far away too. Here's what we want. Just what we want, so we can do big hits. Oh, come on, stop blocking. It's not at all what we want. Come on. You're gonna get it on. There we go. Why would I need an enemy? There's no enemies. Why is it when I need an enemy, there's no... Oh my god, there it is, 98 mil. I know we can get the 100, come on. Come on, you guys believe in me, right? I think the max I was able to get before was like 40.
Scrubbers, set off some Sporex, or get the hell out of there! Activate a scrubber, set off those Sporex, or get the hell out of there!
I'm really trying. I don't think I can get. I don't think I can get 100 mil.
Contamination is getting out of hand. Start holding your breath.
I'm really trying. Though. So either way, even with or without 100 mil, I'm not even using my gun right now. I'm just melee. I'm just meleeing with this character. Occasionally using his ability. I won't even use his ability. I'll just melee. Look at these numbers in here. A couple of them are like 200,000.
Bring it a little close, no?
Yeah, even just by myself. Look at this. I'm not even doing any abilities, nothing. It's like 450,000. Look at that. I'll probably like do a heavy melee. You don't even need your combo counter to get to 12. Watch if it's at like a 6. A 6 and I hit a mill with the... It wasn't a red crit, it was just a normal crit. But yeah. That's That's really cool. The highest I've ever hit was 40 mil, and I was using a different weapon, but this one, even though it's like a slash weapon, that status really helps out. Let us get out of here. I will quickly show you guys the. I'll show you guys the build as well. It's really nice. It's really nice. I have to go back and watch that too. Okay. So the build that I have for Kalervo is this. He has a range for like he can teleport further, um, stuff like that. He is not a shield character. He is a health character only. However, his dagger ability right here allows him to get overguard, which is basically a second thing of health, like shield, kinda. So you don't want any shield mods on him. Um, these arcanes only make him a little stronger on critical hit. There's more melee damage, and this arcane augment, bolt augment. On whenever I kill an enemy, my strength stacks up to 250 times. You know, it stacks up by 2.24%. These are the mods. This one's health. This one gives a little bit of armor. Armor is always good. Um, Prime continuity makes the duration of his abilities last longer. So, for example, his storm will last longer, and I did the range for the storm to make it a wider area. Um, Duration's also good for the curse, because the curse can last quite a while, but also It says damage. It says damage reduction. Clever sends forth when a cursed enemy takes damage. Every other cursed enemy suffers a portion of the damage. So I think it like stops the. If an enemy is cursed, I think when they shoot you, it's like you take less damage. Streamline is really good for efficiency because sometimes these abilities can be expensive. Um, his his dagger ability is 35. These last two abilities are above 50, so these last two abilities will allow my uh, companion to spawn more, like clone itself. You want a good amount of energy to balance with him because he is a little bit of energy heavy, so you want flow or prime flow. Um, and I use this ability range. 40% of energy is converted to shields. Even though he doesn't have shields, I just like the range. I may swap that out later on for something else. But for now, this is the one that has a good amount of range, and I am not sacrificing strength with like other mods. But this is my build for my character. I don't have any other builds for it. And this is my build for my melee. And you guys can, this is a Coda weapon. You guys can go check out the video that I've done on the Coda weapons. It's in one of my, I believe it's in one of my streams or my videos for Warframe. I forget which one, unfortunately, but I did talk about it. I did talk about the whole Coda weapons and how to get the shotgun and stuff like that. But this is a really good build. If you build, I recommend building it for slash, so you have 100% critical status chance no matter what. Um, I'm using this one for crowd control combos. I'm using Dreamer's Wraith, which enables Tennokai, which is that little dagger that pops up when you're meleeing, and if you hit it just right, you can you can essentially like it says you will occasionally have opportunities to perform faster heavy attacks with no cost to your combo counter. So it not only doesn't do your combo counter, but it also, with Kalerba, if you use your first ability, it doesn't use energy to teleport and do the critical thing, which is really good. Um, I'm using primed heavy trauma, so when I smack an enemy, it hits harder. I'm using Organ Shatter, which will increase the critical damage, critical multiplier. I'm using Buzzkill, which is for the slash. We need slash to be the primary target here. I'm using Rendering Strike, which adds puncture, but also more slash. So that's pretty good. I'm also using on melee Berserker Fury on melee kill. My attack speed goes up by 35% for 10 seconds, and it stacks up 2 times. So I'm pretty sure it can go to 65%. I don't think for 20 seconds. I think it's just 65% for 10 seconds. I don't think it goes to 20. And I'm also using Galvanized Elementalist, and I already talked about a video about how to get Galvanized mods. This is really good because on status damage, which is we have 100% all the time, so we'll always inflict this and electricity pretty much. On plus 72% status damage, and on melee kill, you increase your status chance, which is already at 100 because of our slash, for 20 seconds, and that stacks up to 4 times. So that means we get a lot of status chance. So what this means is, I will actually pull out a calculator right now and tell you guys. So if we get 27.3% of status chance for 20 seconds, and this stacks up to 4 times, our thing is already at 100% status chances because of the slash. But with this, it adds an additional 109%. 109.2%. So that means we're going to have 109.2% status chance. And what's the best part is any value over 100 has a chance to inflict multiple statuses at once. So we basically kind of have like a 200% status, 200% status chance, pretty much. And then this one is galvanized steel. You get a 90% critical chance, which it doubles for heavy attacks. So this heavy attack that we have right now is already pretty good. So because we have this, and we have the Tennokai, and we have increased melee damage with this arcane retaliation. We have for every 200 current shields, you get increased bonus damage. Um, this critical chance, it's doubled for heavies, and the critical damage goes up 4 times. So we're gonna have like 100% critical damage, roughly, and the critical chance is double for heavy. But his first ability, you charge a heavy attack, then teleport to your target, which with his rage field focus temporarily increase his melee critical chance. And his melee critical chance with this build that I have going on is already 250%. So that plus the mod is why we're able to hit so ridiculously high numbers. Um, you don't need the shotgun. The shotgun is just for when you're out of range and you can't like hit something, and then you need to go back and you want to keep your combo up. Your main goal is to keep the combo up with this character and kind of he's kind of like a melee only person. He's a melee only that type of build. Um you don't have to have this you don't have to have the gun. You can just have the character run any gun you want. As long as you're decent with meleeing, you can keep your combo up, or you can just use him for survivability. You can just keep spamming his square ability where he gets his daggers out and um, he gets the over guard over and over again. You could just use that and survive pretty much forever as long as you have energy and stuff like that. It's unique the way he's built, and I heard that he's also coming out with a new skin pretty soon, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I miss pubs.
Um,
Don't suppose you've ever been in.
we weren't able to do too much. I am going to get a adapter because adapters are always useful. Kill 500 enemies. We can do that maybe later. Unfortunately, we are out of time for this video, and soon we'll be doing hopefully be doing the giveaway. We need 3 people to enter. Discord will be in the description or a comment below. Feel free to join. Look in the info section for it to enter. Username, platform. We get 3 people. We're going to be doing the drawing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that I sound a little beat. I've been kind of recording and streaming all day. But if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any ideas, feel free to put them in the Warframe section in our brand new Discord. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video and or stream. Bye bye.